Kyle, welcome to Hot Takes, the show where we eat spicy foods and hear your take.
I am kind of terrified. I don't think I know what I signed up for, but let's do it.
How it works. We start with one wing and they get progressively hotter, as do the questions.
Okay.
Whoever sweats first loses.
Whoever physically sweats.
Yeah, that's the goal here.
Okay, so it's like gonna glisten on camera.
Yeah.
All right, so this is like the kiddie stuff. It's
This
the
is
first
the baseline.
baseline.
Yeah.
Okay.
People know you on the internet for the theses.
This is baseline.
This is baseline.
This is gonna be rough.
Are we in trouble?
I mean, I'll survive.
People obviously know you from your investments, your points of view, your theses. What's something about your personal life or your personality that doesn't make it onto crypto Twitter?
I have a little dog at home,
Nice.
and I love my dog. And a lot of times when I'm on podcast interviews, my dog is right next to me. Her bed is elevated, so it's basically like kind of right here.
Yeah.
And my dog sleeps in the bed with me and my wife every night. That was not a hot take.
We'll move on.
Hot wing, not a hot take.
Hey, listen, we got to start somewhere.
So this is gonna be hotter than the last one.
That's right. I've seen you argue that L2s create fragility back to Ethereum L1 and in some ways extract value from the L1. You've been vocal about this, but I'd love to get your views on whether L2s are truly taking security away from Ethereum layer ones.
I don't think L2s are taking security away from the L1. I think they're parasitic to ETH, the underlying asset. I think I coined that phrase a few years ago.
Nice.
But I mean, the basic idea is that like all of the sequencing revenues are going to the L2 sequencers.
Sure.
And I mean, the data has been out there for a few years now, right? You look at Base, Arbitrum, OP stat, whatever. Something like 95 to 98% of the L2 revenue is being kept by the L2 sequencer, and only a few percentages going back to the L1.
Sure. Is there a path for them to fix this? Is it Ethereum that needs to kind of put their foot down, or is this ossified to the point that it can't be fixed?
I don't think it can be fixed because the fundamental problem is that the Ethereum Foundation, starting 5 or 6 years ago, said everyone else, please leave L1 and go do stuff on L2.
Sure.
And in doing so, they, prior to that happening, 100% of DeFi was on ETH L1.
Sure.
And it was very hard to make things happen not on ETH L1. But now they've told people go do stuff elsewhere, and obviously now lots of stuff happens elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you can force users to come back to L1, especially if L1 is not better in any way. Block times on L1 are still slower than all the L2s.
Sure.
Throughput is slower on the L1 than the L2s. So it's like, if you're going to say, you can't just tell people to come back and expect them to come back.
Sure.
You actually have to provide a better product experience. But even still, the current game plan is still for the L2s to provide a better product experience than the L1s. So it's like not going to work.
I guess the counter argument I've heard is at enough scale, right, with enough users, there could be still value leakage, if you want to call it that, up to the L1. But my real question for you here is like fractured liquidity among L2s. Is that a big enough problem that folks are talking about?
It is a problem. It's not like the end of the world problem.
Sure.
But it's definitely suboptimal. It certainly is a thing where it's like kind of a tragedy of the problems thing where like, look, Coinbase made Base and like Binance has BNB chain and Robinhood, I guess, has, Robinhood chain now. And all these people like want to control the system, but like in them all doing so, the aggregate user experience is net worse for all end users.
Sure.
Because of that. And like, that's kind of the fundamental intention in hand. The other interesting part of this is like, you create inherently much more political drama in this L2 system because like Binance is intrinsically political and Coinbase is intrinsically political.
Sure.
And like Solana is objectively much less political than those two things because it is this truly just standalone L1 thing.
Sure.
It is permissionless. It is open source. The Solana Foundation doesn't have any native applications on the L1.
Sure.
It's all built by third parties. And that makes it much more palatable for the World Pays of the world, the Fiservs of the world, the PayPals of the world, the Paxos of the world, the Square Cashes, all these people as they want to engage with crypto. It's like Coinbase is telling the world they want to compete with almost every major traditional Wall Street firm.
Sure.
And Robinhood is kind of signaling similar things. And so it's like, do any of those firms want to deploy their businesses on Base or Robinhood chain? And it's like, obviously no. If you look at checkout.com, Adyen, Square, like all those guys are not going to deploy on Tempo.
Sure.
like full stop. And
Right.
so, Solana I think the biggest problem with the L2s is not that they like fragment liquidity, it's that they are intrinsically political. And like then all of the response to all of the competitors of those intrinsically political sponsors
Sure.
actually drives people to Solana.
Is there an opportunity for the ETH L1 to ever make the revenue back from the L2s?
I don't think so. Because like their product experience is objectively worse. The block times are slower.
Sure.
The aggregate throughput is slower.
Sure.
There's no like functionality that the L1 offers that the L2s don't.
Yeah.
So like why would the people come back?
It's a tough situation. You want to get spicier?
Let's get spicier.
Let's do it. All right, wing 3. We
Wing
are
3.
increasing in heat. No sweat yet. A little perspiring. It got a little bit hotter,
I'm
but
gonna glisten a little.
that's it, man. You look good. You want to get started?
Let's do it. All right, so how many wings are you eating today? Are you eating like 70 wings?
No, I'm on a wing-only diet. That's how I stay trim.
This is straight protein, bro.
We talk about resilience, Kyle, about networks that are resilient from outside attacks, right? From threats, but also just from like a service standpoint. Can they stay up and can they avoid outage? Solana demonstrated that pretty well this year, right? You saw this kind of flash crash in October. There was an AWS outage. There was a Cloudflare outage. My question to you is on the network level, right? Thinking about the network that DoubleZero provides, do you see an opportunity for more resiliency within Solana if there is a dedicated network sort of powering validators?
The addition of DoubleZero doesn't make the system more brittle. It by definition is another lane.
Sure.
The public internet has many lanes, and then you're obviously adding new private lanes via DoubleZero. So kind of by definitionally, like you're getting more net resilience in the system, right?
Sure.
Just by unlocking more pipes.
Like when you look at Solana's performance in that flash crash or right Cloudflare, I know our last questions were around L2s, but it's really the only other comparison, right? You saw Solana up, functioning, transactions landing, and the rest of the field essentially not performant, offline. Obviously a celebration from your side, you called it earlier, but are there any other threat vectors that these other chains have that maybe Solana has perfected?
Yeah, I don't think about the threat vectors so much as like a technical issue anymore. I
Sure.
think about it more of just like a focus issue. The reality of these systems is that like they move assets around.
Yeah.
That can be a simple payment. It can be a spot trade. It can be a perpetual. It can be a dated future. It can be an option, whatever. But like you're literally just like updating ledger entries of like who owns what.
Sure.
And like that is a general purpose technology. Obviously, we can see all these different financial applications that you can construct with the general purpose thing. Solana today is not quite there on perp dexes, but like I'm not worried about I'm close enough to the roadmap to know that like they're going to get there.
Sure.
In the pretty near future. What I think my biggest concern for Solana is like, you get the tempo guys are like hyper focused on payments. The hyper liquid guys are hyper focused on perps.
Sure.
Those are the two probably like teams that are like just like they're super focused on their thing.
Yeah.
And Solana is like very general purpose in those two use cases. But then like obviously you just have this like these DPIN people and these tokenized securities people and like all this other stuff.
Sure.
And that inherently kind of dilutes message to some extent. And then obviously just the go-to-market motions of the organization as a whole are just like always going to be a little less focused than if you only had one vertical.
Fair.
And so, when I think today about like what's the case 6 years from now in which like Solana really doesn't live up to expectations,
Sure.
I think it's mostly just like a go-to-market kind of like human coordination execution issue. I'm not worried at this point at a technical level really at all.
Interesting. I mean, that's kind of the space you want to be in, right? If the tech is so solid and the only issue is the humans executing it behind it, it means you built something that's working.
I mean, my problem in all my life is people, not software. Software listens, people do not.
Yeah. How about software people? Are they problems for you?
Not yet. Well, they're not sovereign yet, but I guess the AI agent army is not too far away. I'm guessing this is going to be a step up.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I'm afraid I'm going to start crying after this one. We'll see.
That's okay. All right, number 4. You co-wrote the Internet Capital Markets paper. You're one of the authors behind it. Sure, you're a big evangelist of this, right?
Lily and Akshay deserve credit for the term.
Sure.
They did get mad at me for not giving them credit in the blog post.
Well, credit given here. When we think about what's required for that, right? I see a world in which validators across multiple geographies across the globe are sort of simultaneously taking in information to produce blocks. My question to you is your vision of internet capital markets possible with today's version of the public internet?
With today's version of public internet, I mean, I'm not a network. Oh, wow, that's much hotter.
Ooh.
All right, woo.
You might be a network expert by the end of this week.
Holy cow.
Yeah, damn. I'll go back in.
I mean, look, I think probably like the system can be okay, but I don't think it can be great.
Okay.
And if we're gonna actually rival NYSE and NASDAQ and CME, we need to be great. And yeah, dude, wow. Wow. There's something hotter than this? Holy shit.
You want to take 5?
Ah, no.
Are you going to drink this milk?
I'll have it.
All right. We're sharing milk, folks.
Whoa.
I got hit on this one.
All right.
Whew. Oh, I need a second.
Oh, fuck. No, I think I just need to crawl up in a ball and cry on the floor.
Fucking A.
Whew. Holy shit.
I'm fucked. That was too much. What do we need to do to actually build NASDAQ on chain?
We need MCL and ACE and DoubleZero
Yeah.
and Alpenglow. If we get all those, we're there.
Now, even if we get all those, how do you feel about convincing NASDAQ participants to conducting their business on chain? As I cry and ask you this question.
You know, I used to worry about that question. I kind of just think Chair Atkins is just going to force everyone over.
Interesting.
I mean, he went on TV like a week ago, and he said we're going to be trading all U.S. securities markets on chain within 2 years. I wasn't expecting him to say that.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So I'm kind of hoping big dogs coming down from the top.
I'm crying just hearing you say that.
Dude, it's tears to my eyes. It's beautiful.
Easy question to end. Hard wing. Wing 4 was brutal. I'm still crying. Let's just do wing 5 and we'll get started. Better? Worse?
I'm afraid it's about to hit.
I feel like our mouths might just be numb.
I think it's about to hit really bad.
All right, well, I'll get you with this. The easiest source of structured alpha is changing your time horizon.
Yes.
What is your longest time horizon view?
My longest time horizon view is that in a world of AI going to AGI, maybe ASI,
Sure.
a lot of white collar work goes away. But the one thing that will never go away is the need for financial markets and the desire for speculation.
Sure.
And so, like on a 20-year time horizon, I can look at the entire S&P 500 and like say, this company may or may not exist in 20 years.
Sure.
But irrespective of that, the S&P 500 will always trade somewhere.
Yes.
And I expect that's going to be on Solana. And so my longest time horizon view is that the only thing that I know that will outlast the job displacement from AI is crypto.
And all of those workers should start working in crypto.
Well, they'll just, they're just going to be trading. They're going to have their UBI from their WorldCoin, and they'll be using their UBI to trade shitcoins.
All settled on Solana.
All settling on Solana.
I love it.
Real time.
Like just like that. Powered by DoubleZero under the hood.
Obviously.
I would like to hope so. Do you have a hot take for the folks out there?
What's the name of the sauce? Number 5 or number 4? 4 was the hottest. Reaper. My hot take for the audience is make sure to put some Reaper sauce on your dinner.
Yep. Every interview going forward, please have Reaper sauce.
Reaper sauce. Holy cow.
Kyle, welcome to the program. Thanks for doing it.
Dude, thanks for
All the
having me.
best.